know you were asked about this the other day, but with it being the day that Rizzo is celebrating his retirement, just your thoughts on the day and what it'll be like for him?
Well, yeah, I think it's a great day for just the fans and Anthony to get to celebrate what was an incredible, impact on the Cubs, the city of Chicago, and yeah, I mean that's the best part. Today is we've talked about it a couple times, but the interaction today with the fans and Anthony is what we get to experience. We all get to experience that today, and that's really cool.
Did you get a chance to talk to him pregame, or will you? What do you think that conversation?
He was here a couple weeks ago. We chatted. I haven't seen him yet today. Yeah.
You've probably been asked about this already, but beginning of your managing career was you're managing against Rizzo and these teams kind of during some of those peak seasons. What was it like just going up against him as a competitor?
Yeah, I mean, Anthony was a great player, and as I remember it, this is up for anybody's kind of on the other side. I always thought it was like Rizzo and Baez were kind of the heart of this thing, and kind of the engine of those Cubs teams. That's probably going to offend somebody, but that's how I remember it. And I'd put John Lester in there too, actually. And it was just and it was because he just felt like he was impacting everything from the team's personality to their play on the field, how they played. They're kind of like what you've just felt from them on the other side, and that's a real tribute to Riz and how he, you don't try to do that. It's just kind of who you are, and he made a big impact in that way, and you felt it from the other side.
After you're going to be facing a lot of right-handed pitching with this move with Casey coming up.
Yeah, I think it's with Kyle being injured, and yes, we've got a lot of kind of, I think it's 5, looks like six in a row more after this, or including today. Yeah, it felt like a spot for Owen to get some at bats and to contribute, and so that's the reason for the move. Kind of what we told you at the early September, we're going to be active with Spot managing it.
What's the situation for Seiya?
Seiya's under the weather again today. Probably not much better today. So just dealing with just illness under the weather. Nothing worse than that. He'll bounce back fast as he improves, but he's under the weather again today.
So he's not in
the lineup.
Not house?
He will be here later, but we'll see how he's doing, whether we send him home again.
I know you said that Palencia would move to higher intensity catch from yesterday after the game. Was there anything?
No. Yeah, that's the plan for today. Yeah.
When Palencia comes back, is there a sensitivity issue with a young bullpen guy rather than a veteran guy as far as bringing him back and the role he plays?
Like my sensitivity?
His
sensitivity.
I mean, you have a bunch of veteran guys that have been through the wars.
Yeah.
Then you got Palencia, who's relatively new to this, has been.
I think you're honestly. I think you're. Daniel wants to help the team win, and I think and at the stage of the season when we're going to be at here, I think that's what everybody wants to do. That's what everybody's interested in. That's the only thing they're interested in. And I think that's what Daniel would tell you. I want to get outs and help the team win. That's it. So wherever that ends up, we recognize certainly what Daniel's done. Recognize we got to get 27 outs. However, the best way to do it, he's coming off an injury. We want to protect that too. So we'll figure out where that leads us. And we want to, if we can, we've got some steps to clear here too to get him back, but also want to, we're going to prioritize, I think for everybody at some point, if would start thinking about like what's the best way to make you best prepared to just be healthy and able, and so we can have a kind of a freedom of decisions going into those games.
What's the latest with Amaya and where he's at?
Yeah, so we're going to send Amaya to Iowa this week. He will be there Tuesday. The plan it would be for him to DH early in the week and then see where that. He's not 100% right now. He is. We do think it's important that we get him in some game action though. So we will get him to Iowa. He'll DH early in the week. And then we'll see kind of where we're at the end of the week and see if we can get him into some games catching, or we just got to get him. But I think getting him live hitting at bats against higher level competition is kind of mandatory if we want to consider him, because there's nothing going on in Arizona. There's pitchers throwing, but it's frankly lower level pitching, and it's a live BP setting, so he needs game action.
One thing Boyd said yesterday about Nico was he kind of wins things on the margins that don't necessarily show up in the box score. How much have you grown to appreciate what Nico does on a game-to-game?
Yeah, that's a really good way to say it. That's a nice way to say it for sure. I think both our middle infielders are outstanding at that. We'd said, like, sorry, I'm not using Nico here, but for your story, but but there was like the tag play that Dansby made the other day in like the 4th or 5th inning was like, there's no, like, in a world where in the baseball world where statistically we want to measure everything and assign credit or assign nothing to it, like that tag play there's no credit assigned to that play, and it was a brilliant play by Dansby, brilliant. And Nico is involved in many other plays like that, and so those winning around the margins it adds up. Like when you have a guy out there 158 days, and they're making plays like that, feels like 3-4 times a week. Those plays add up. And both those guys are exceptional at it.